Doctor Strange is one of the most powerful sorcerers in Marvel history. But did you know there are many different versions of him across the multiverse? Some are heroes, some are villains, and some are completely strange. In this video, we'll explore every version of Doctor Strange and see how each one is different. We are starting Croctor Strange. Imagine Doctor Strange, but instead of a human, he's a crocodile. That's exactly what Croctor Strange is. Hailing from Earth 8311, a universe filled with animal versions of Marvel heroes, Croctor Strange is just like the original. He's got the white streak in his hair, the classic mustache, and the same magical powers. He might not be the most famous Sorcerer Supreme, but he's definitely one of the coolest. Next up, we have a version of Doctor Strange that's straight out of a nightmare. Zombie Doctor Strange from Marvel Zombies. In this universe, a deadly virus turns superheroes into flesh-eating zombies. But here's the terrifying part. They still keep their intelligence. That means Zombie Doctor Strange still knows how to use his magic. He just uses it to hunt for his next meal. A sorcerer with unlimited power who also wants to eat your brain? That's a horror movie waiting to happen. Next is Genie, aka Strange. In the futuristic world of 2099, magic still exists, but this time, it's in the hands of a sorceress named Genie, though she prefers to go by just Strange. Unlike Doctor Strange from Earth 616, Genie has a much darker past. When she tried to scare a gang with an illusion, she accidentally summoned a real monster that ended up killing her brother. That tragic moment shaped her into a powerful yet haunted Sorcerer Supreme. Now, if you thought Croctor Strange was weird, wait until you hear about this one. Earth 8101 is a universe where all of Marvel's heroes are primates. That's right, there's even a monkey version of Doctor Strange. He's a part of this world's Fantastic Four, alongside ape versions of Jean Grey, Ghost Rider, and a character named Nicole Furry. We don't get to see much of them, but come on. A magical monkey Doctor Strange? That's multiversal madness at its finest. Next is Asim Strange. Earth 65 is best known as the home of Spider-Gwen, but it also has its own version of Doctor Strange, Asim Strange. Unlike Stephen Strange, Asim isn't a surgeon-turned-sorcerer. Instead, he's a mystic protector of his world, using his magical abilities to fight supernatural threats. Next is Stephen Strange from Earth 691. In the 31st century, Stephen Strange has aged and taken on the title of the Ancient One, just like his former mentor. His time as Sorcerer Supreme is over, and his apprentice, an alien named Krugar, now wields the mantle. However, Strange's story doesn't have a peaceful ending. Dormammu eventually murders him. Next is Stephen Strange from Earth 938. This version of Doctor Strange has one of the most twisted fates in the multiverse. When Stephen sought help from the Ancient One to heal his hands, it wasn't the usual mentor who stepped in. It was Victor Von Doom, who was training under the Sorcerer at the time. Instead of helping, Doom cut off Stephen's hands and replaced them with mechanical ones, then sent him away. But things got even darker. When Doom was on his deathbed, he forced Strange into a suit of armor and reprogrammed his mind with Doom's own consciousness. Next is Stephen Strange Sr. In the Ultimate Universe, Stephen Strange Sr. had a tragic past. Once a brilliant brain surgeon, his life took a dark turn when he crashed his car while drunk, killing his pregnant wife and permanently damaging his hands. Desperate to fix himself, he found the Ancient One and became the Sorcerer Supreme. He protected the world alongside his wife, Clea, until he mysteriously vanished. His son, Stephen Strange Jr., grew up unaware of his father's legacy, until Wong revealed the truth when he turned 21. Then is Stephen Deranged. What if Doctor Strange wasn't just mystical, but also absolutely ridiculous? That's where Stephen Deranged, aka Dr. Deranged, comes in. From a universe full of satire, this version of Strange is a master of the mysticklish arts. His enemies? Baron Mordodo and Dormammu. His apprentices? Kleenex and Benny Barumpump. Oh, and he's even had run-ins with Michael Jackson. Next is Mr. Strange. Not all versions of Doctor Strange work alone. In Earth 11113, Mr. Strange was a key member of a superhero team called Five for the Future, working alongside Doc Fantastic to battle a powerful villain known as the Monocle. Next is Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange, but as a duck? That's exactly what Simon Strange, also known as Doctor Strange, is. Hailing from Duckworld, he wasn't a surgeon like the original Strange. He was a veterinarian. He trained under the ancient Wino to become a sorcerer, but years of heavy drinking left him homeless. Despite his struggles, he still had magic. Next is Advanced Idea Magician. Doctor Strange didn't protect the world. He was forced to help control it. AEM captured and brainwashed him, turning him into the Advanced Idea Magician, their most powerful enforcer. Stripped of his free will, he used his magical abilities to suppress resistance and keep AIM in power. Next is Doctor Strange, the Mechanic. In this universe, Doctor Strange didn't lose to a villain. He lost to the economy. Instead of fighting mystical beings, Strange became a car mechanic. Next is Symbiote Supreme. The Symbiote Supreme is a terrifying fusion of Doctor Strange and a powerful symbiote from an alternate universe. This dark union transforms Strange into a monstrous being with immense magical and symbiotic abilities, spreading destruction across the battle realm by bonding with other life forms to create a vast army of corrupted minions. His reign of terror is finally stopped when a group of heroes, including a heroic Doctor Strange, Venom, and others, unite to defeat him. But the Symbiote Supreme's legacy remains a grim reminder of the dangers of dark alliances. Next is Doctor Strange from Earth 78149. Doctor Strange's overwhelming grief over the loss of his beloved leads him down a tragic path. Unable to cope with the pain, he embarks on a dangerous quest to absorb the powers of countless otherworldly beings, hoping to find a way to restore her. However, his obsession with power consumes him, turning his magic into a destructive force that robs him of his humanity. Ultimately, Strange becomes heartless, a tragic figure whose pursuit of love leaves him empty and isolated, having lost his compassion and sense of purpose in the process. Then we have Carlos Strange. Carlos Strange was a brilliant yet unethical scientist mentored by Nathaniel Richards. His controversial research and criminal activities led him to work with Lady Lotus, experimenting with mystical dark lotus flowers. After his lab was raided, Strange built a fortress and later developed mind control technology, using it to escape prison with Iron Man's help. Now, the most evil Doctor Strange, Necromancer. Necromancer was the dark counterpart of Doctor Strange from Counter-Earth. After killing Baron Mordo for slaying his world's Ancient One, he sought to conquer Earth using the Book of Vishanti, but was trapped by Eternity. Escaping into Gamora's body, he later enslaved demons and allied with Magus on Earth 6116. In a final battle, Doctor Strange outwitted Necromancer by exploiting his connection to Eternity, causing him to explode. However, his body was mysteriously restored, leaving open the possibility of his return. Next is Temporal Remnant Strange. Dr. Stephen Strange, anticipating the possibility of his untimely demise, devised a contingency during his early years of sorcery. He severed a week from his personal timeline, creating a temporal remnant that would activate upon his death. This remnant emerged when Strange was murdered, possessing all his knowledge up to that point. Its purpose was to manage his affairs and identify his killer within its 1-week existence. During this period, the remnant faced challenges, including the collapse of mystical barriers protecting Earth and invasions by otherworldly warlords. Next is General Strange. General Strange is a formidable manifestation of Dr. Stephen Strange's accumulated trauma from the protracted War of the Seven Spheres, a conflict spanning 5 millennia. During this war, Dr. Strange served as the Vishanti's general, leading their forces against adversaries like the Trinity of Ashes. The extensive duration and moral compromises of the war profoundly affected him, leading the Vishanti to erase his wartime memories and return him to his previous life. Next is Strange from Earth 924. In this reality, Doctor Strange and the superhero Team Caliber were engaged in a battle against the villain King. During this confrontation, a multiversal crisis was triggered by the entity known as Necrom, who sought to merge all realities into a single universe. Next is Strange Thing. In the Earth 1298, also known as the Mutant X universe, Doctor Strange intervened to assist Jennifer Kale by lifting the Man-Thing curse from her friend, Dr. Ted Sallis. However, during this process, Strange himself became afflicted by the curse, transforming into a being known as the Strange Thing. Next is William Kaplan's Doctor Strange. In the alternate future of Earth 11051, William Billy Kaplan, originally known as Wiccan, ascends to the mantle of Sorcerer Supreme, adopting the title of Doctor Strange. As a member of the Avengers, he continues to protect the world from mystical threats. Next is Clea Strange, the daughter of Dr. Stephen Strange, succeeded her father as Sorcerer Supreme on Earth 71166. Unlike many other superheroes, Stephen refused the Methuselah treatment, a procedure that prolongs one's prime years by decades, leading to his eventual passing. Upon his death, Clea inherited his mystical artifacts, including the Cloak of Levitation, the Eye of Agamotto, and the Orb of Agamotto. Next is Stephen Rogers, known as Soldier Supreme, spent decades trapped in the Dark Dimension, honing his magical abilities while battling hordes of demons. He was eventually released when Mordok and his cult inadvertently opened a portal, leading to a confrontation where Rogers discovered Mordok contained the souls of both Modok and Baron Mordo. Next is Scarlet Strange. Scarlet Strange is a unique entity in Earth 616, formed by the mystical merging of the Scarlet Witch and Doctor Strange. This fusion occurred when the villain Diablo manipulated magical tarot cards, causing them to combine various heroes into new amalgamated beings. As a result, Scarlet Strange embodies the combined powers and attributes of both the Scarlet Witch and Doctor Strange, serving as a formidable Sorceress Supreme in this reality. Next is Stephen Strange from Earth 91. Doctor Strange of Earth 91 was a man-thing, as were all people on his world. Then we have Earth 9997 Strange. Dr. Stephen Strange was murdered by his wife Clea while he was in his astral form. Despite his demise, Strange's astral form continued to assist heroes like Captain Marvel in the realm of the dead. Next, in the dystopian reality of Earth 11326, known as the Age of X universe, Stephen Strange operated as a mercenary sorcerer. Utilizing his mystical abilities, he hunted mutants for profit on behalf of the human coalition. Then Stephen Strange from Earth 982. Having lost or retired the role of Sorcerer Supreme, Doctor Strange remained a master of the mystic arts. And last is Dr. Stephen Strange of Earth 616, the world's greatest master of the mystic arts. Once a brilliant but arrogant neurosurgeon, his career ended after a car accident severely damaged his hands. Desperate to heal himself, he sought out the Ancient One, who instead trained him in sorcery. Over time, Strange became Earth's defender against supernatural and interdimensional threats, wielding artifacts like the Eye of Agamotto, the Cloak of Levitation, and the Book of Vishanti. He has battled cosmic entities like Dormammu, Shuma-Gorath, and Mephisto, while also serving as a founding member of the Defenders and a key figure in the Illuminati. And that's every version of Doctor Strange. From the classic Sorcerer Supreme to the darkest and most twisted versions, the multiverse is full of surprises. Which one is your favorite? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more amazing Marvel content. See you in the next video.